What up, guys? Let's talk about housing today. It's a superb Sunday, so let's cover something heavy. If you've been paying attention to the news media here in London, Ontario, you would know that a lot of our housing corporations, in particular the London Middlesex Housing Corporation and Indowell, who bill themselves as supportive housing services following a housing first model, have been under some pretty heavy fire. They have townhouse complexes and apartment buildings all across the town, and unfortunately, many of these places have become rampant with crime, drugs, and mental health struggles from their tenants and guests of their tenants. Why is that? Well, maybe, just maybe, it's because housing first is a great concept. It is a beautiful concept. Everybody deserves a home, after all. Unfortunately, not everybody is ready for independent living. And that's what these places essentially are. We are taking people who have addictions, mental health issues, lifelong traumas, and other extremely difficult and complicated issues, and we're sticking them in an apartment with no full-time supports or structures or systems in place to ensure that they succeed in these places. I have children who have grown up in a London Middlesex Housing Corporation complex. Let me tell you, thank God their mother is amazing, because I don't know that those kids would do half as well if they hadn't have spent most of their time outside of those corporations and off of their properties. I am all for housing first, but housing first needs to be viewed as a spectrum. You cannot have a one-shot fix-it-all solution to the problem. You need to have a spectrum. Some people are capable of going directly from the streets, directly from jail, directly from rehab, and into a home all by themselves where they take care of themselves. Unfortunately, that is not always the case. Some people need to go step by step up that ladder. Maybe they start in a shelter. Maybe they start in a more than just a roof program. Maybe they start in a transitional housing program. Maybe they spend all their time in a supportive housing program. The reality is, London Housing and Indowell and all these places, they are not really very supportive. They quite often, most of these places do not have 24-hour staff. We're lucky if they have 24-hour security. And to top that all off, we are taking people with serious issues and requiring them to have no systems in place, no checks and balances in place at all. No action plan, no supportive action plan, no addiction plans, none of these things. And we're just saying, oh yeah, hey, here's a home for you. But the reality is, these people need more than just a roof. A roof is great, don't get me wrong. A roof is a damn good start. But if you don't have more than just a roof, then that's all it will ever be. It's a start. And unfortunately for a lot of them, it's a start that will lead to failure. Another part of the problem here is that these places are huge. Take it from somebody who, like me, who used to have 300 plus tenants. I ran 3 high-rise buildings as a superintendent general. I took care of over 380 tenants, most of whom were low-income and high-acuity individuals. They needed more than just a roof. But their housing corporations and landlords and superintendents and all that were, one, not qualified to help these people beyond the basic bare necessities of being in their house. They were not remotely staffed heavily enough to deal with hundreds of tenants, all of whom are high acuity. Like, the reality is that for a lot of these people, they will do better off in a smaller, supportive system. That's why my program is called More Than Just a Roof. We want to keep the quantity of our tenants lower. I'm not going to ever want more than 10 huts on a location. Why? Because 10 huts is manageable in a single location. You can support 10 people. You can support, 10 couples. And you can do it in a way that you can help them maintain sobriety, avoid criminal elements. You know what I mean? It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes dedication on behalf of the housing systems and on the tenants, and they need to collaborate together. It's just that straight up. You cannot stick somebody who is schizophrenic in an apartment beside somebody who is a hardcore drug addict. You cannot put somebody who has extreme physical disabilities beside those two. The reality is, if you do that, you're doing a good thing, don't get me wrong, but you're setting these people up for failure, especially when you're not able to provide round-the-clock supports. If they have a crisis, where are they going to go? Who are they going to talk to? Who are they going to turn to for help? Like, they have to leave their home, go somewhere else, and hopefully make it there intact. Be it the hospital, the crisis centers, many of which are already overwhelmed dealing with the unhoused population as it is. Like, the fact is, a roof and housing first is a great concept, right? But just as the causes of poverty and homelessness come in a spectrum, so do the solutions need to. It's, maybe this building is specializing in helping people with, mental health disorders. Maybe this building is specializing in people who are low acuity and they just need some help working through their financial struggles. Maybe the other building specializes in helping people with mobility and physical medical issues. And to that end, each location has staff or, support systems set up specifically targeted to the demographic of individuals that they are helping. This is why my program is called More Than Just a Roof. Because reality is, housing first is great, but it's not going to work unless we provide people with more than just a roof. That's the crux of it all. I've had conversations with many different people in the industry, all the way going back as far as 15 years, when I first began working in the housing industry, wherein we have been talking about this. And, I understand that it's not easy, and it gets exponentially more difficult the more tenants you have in one place that have the more variety of needs. I know it's not maybe everybody's favorite idea, but the simple fact is different people need different solutions at different points in their life, whether it's a trauma, whether it's a medical issue, whatever it is. And that is why I believe alternative options can help ease the burden. I hope that City Council answers my emails this week and we can get the ball rolling on how to make some of this happen. Let me know what you guys think, because I really do think that we have an option and an opportunity here to help people. Maybe I'm batshit crazy. Maybe I drink too much coffee and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just hyped up on caffeine. I don't know. But I really, really believe we can pull this off, guys. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay harm-free. Have a great Sunday. Cheers.